Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Aman. Yeah, okay. So we'll wait for 5 minutes, right, Aman?
Yes, 7 5.
Okay. Okay, Amar. Thank you.
Yeah, you can start.
Good evening, everyone. So till others join, we will have a quick recap of what we did in the last session. Okay. So this is the second week of the training, and we are going to, learn in this week important concepts like your arrays, right? Pointers, functions, structures, union, and what we started, that is the iterative construct in the last session. Okay. So in the last session, we completed with what are the decision making constructs. So we completed with if else, nested if else, okay, switch case, ternary operator, and we did some programs based on that. And then we started with the iterative construct. So we just started with what is, while loop, what is the for loop, what is do while loop, and what are the control statements, okay, like break, continue, and go to. So we did just one example, right? So today we will continue with the other different types of the loops, okay, with examples. Okay, so same way as I did in the iterative constructs, in the decision making construct. So I'll be taking some case studies, okay, and based on that case studies, we will be understanding all the different types of the loops, right? And yes, day 5, that means what we completed in the last session, that has been shared, okay, so it will be uploaded on the LMS, okay, so the PDF, okay, and the assignment is also there for day 5, that also will be uploaded, and the programs I will be uploading, whatever is, we will be doing today after the session, right? So that I'll explain later, what are the assignments, okay? So this time only 3 problems is given for the decision-making construct, okay, sorry, iterative construct, right? So let's start with the session. So I'm going to share the screen. And let me know the screen is visible. Yeah, so let me know the screen is visible to everyone. You can just, yeah, okay, fine. So what we started, okay, we started with the different type of the loops, okay, loop control statement. So I will just, go through this. So why we need loops, first of all, for doing the repetitive tasks, okay? Because there are many different types of the programs, okay, which require loops, okay, which requires loop, right? So one by one we will see, and then finally we'll come to the applications, okay, once you understand why these loops are required in any particular programming language. So first we have done with the for loop, okay, in which you will be having 3 different, you can say, the parameters given, okay, and it is going to check before entering the loop, okay, so entry control. While loop, okay, when number of iterations is unknown, again it is going to check before entering the loop the condition, and do while loop, which is going to exactly run one time before the condition is checked, okay, for how many times this loop needs to be run. So here in the for loop, we will start initialization, then the condition is checked. If true, then the statement will execute, increment, decrement. Otherwise, if false, then it will come out of the loop. Then we did with the while loop. Okay, so while loop start, it will test the condition. If true, it will execute the loop body. Increment, decrement will be written here. If not, then while loop ends. So in the for loop and in the while loop, the condition is checked before only, okay, before executing the body. But in the case of do while, first you will see the statement is executed at least once. Okay, and then the condition is getting checked. That is what is the entry and this is the exit. Okay, so Once the condition is true, then again, the statements are going to execute, else, okay, this will end, right? So first of all, you need to understand that three types of loops are there. For and while loop are going to first check the condition. If condition is true, then only the body will execute, okay, loop body is going to execute. But in the case of do while, do means what? You do or execute the statement at least once, and then the condition is checked. Okay, now the loop is running, okay, whether it is running for 10 times, it is running for 100 times, it is running indefinite time. Okay, now there should be some particular mechanism to control this loop. Maybe you need to break the loop, okay, or you need to continue the loop based on some condition, or you need to, jump to a different particular statement. Okay, so for that, we have understood what is break, continue, and go to statement. Go to statement should not be used much because it will be sometimes difficult, okay, to maintain that, and it may cause the logic error if you are going to have multiple go to statements, okay, because the control will be going to that particular label, okay, and it may happen that you may not get the correct output, okay. So avoid go to unless absolutely necessary for error handling or cleanup in a complex nested loop. Otherwise, what is recommended? Break and continue. Okay, so what we did, we have completed till here in the last session. So we did the for loop. Okay, so in the for loop, this initialization is written outside because we have also seen that the version, okay, C99 or C11, okay, permits using this. Otherwise, you need to write the initialization outside. Otherwise, you can write here also int I is equal to 1. Then this is the test condition. I is less than equal to 10. If this condition is true, these statements will execute. Okay, then it will increment or decrement here. Again, it will test. If true, then it will execute this particular for loop body. Now, when the condition is false, then it will stop executing. Okay. Now, these are the control statements we have understood. If I equal to 5, break. Okay. So, when the value of I is reaching 5, okay, we need to break or we need to stop the loop here. So, it will not continue further. But if this condition is false, then it will continue the loop. Okay, and then you will get the output of the rest of the statements, right? So this can be used in either of the loops, while loop also, do while loop also. Then the while loop, okay, so this is the initialization. Then this is the condition. So again, condition is checked before only. So if x value is less than equal to 10, then the body of this loop is going to execute. Okay. So I want to simply print the value of x, and then we need to increment or decrement, and then you can see the output here. Okay. If you're decrementing, the initialization condition is going to change. Then if you want to use a go to, okay, so we have written here go to end underscore loop. Okay, so this end underscore loop is a label created. So here we simply writing exited the loop using go to. So if the x ka value is 5, then I need to end the loop. Okay, and then finally we have done with do while loop. So what is the meaning of do here? Okay, so do means exactly you have to execute the statement once. Okay, so this is useful when you want to create a menu driven application where you need to take the input from the user. Okay, and depending on the user input, okay, there are certain tasks needs to be done. So here printf %d a. So I simply want to print the value of a, then a is incremented. Now here the condition is checked later. Okay, so while a is less than equal to 10, if true, then this again, the do statements are going to execute. So do means exactly one time this is going to execute. Okay. So these three types of loops we have understood in the last session. Okay. Now what are the other type of the loops? So there are the nested loops also. Okay. Nested loops means which are going to have nesting within the outer for loop. Okay, so there is one for loop in the body, again there is another for loop, right? Then you can have the nested for loop, nested while loop, and mixed nesting for inside, while, etc. Okay, mixed type of nesting can also be there. So this nested loops usually are used in patterns, matrices, and multidimensional arrays. Okay, so next topic is arrays only. So in arrays, we will also see, okay, how to make use of this nested for loop, right? But all the examples we'll be doing today also, one example for each of the loops. Then we have got infinite loops. Okay, now here in this particular case, what is done? There is some condition written. Okay, but in the last session I had shown you, if you write here 1, okay, what is 1 in C? Okay, so that means it is always true. Okay, so if you are writing 1, okay, in other programming languages, yes, you can write true, because true keyword you can use, okay, in the other languages. So while 1 means always the condition is true. So if always the condition is going to be true, then the while loop is going to get in the infinite loop, means it is not going to stop. Okay, so in while loop, it will be written like this. Or if you are using the for loop, then you simply write the semicolon. Okay, if you don't provide any particular parameters for this, then this is going to be the infinite loop. Okay, but yes, this type of loops are used in the embedded systems, okay, or event loop, right, within the system. So here the termination condition is missing. Okay, so there is no termination condition, means when loop will end, this is not known. Okay, yes, you can have some conditions written inside, like you can control the loop, or you can also end the loop based on some particular event or some trigger or some condition. Okay, then you have got counter controlled and condition control loop, right? Now counter control loop runs a fixed number of times. Okay, like the one what I have shown the example. Here your loop is going to run for 10 times. Okay, because it starts from 0 and less than 10. So from 0 to 9. Okay, it is going to run for 10 times. So here the number is known. Okay, 10, that is a number known, that is a counter. Usually we refer to this as the counter. Then condition control. Condition means the loop is going to run, okay, for a specific condition. Okay, and if the condition is false, it is going to stop. So loop runs until a condition is false. So while x is greater than 0. So till the x value is greater than 0, the loop is going to run. Once x value is less than 0, loop will stop. So this is the condition. Okay, so here different types of the loops for different types of the problem, right? Now, let us first understand the comparison, and then we will start writing the programs. So if you talk about the different features, okay, for the for loop, while loop, and the do while loop. So first is, let us understand the condition checking. Okay, so already we have seen that in the for loop, before the loop body. Okay, so the condition is going to be checked before the loop body. This is the loop body. So before loop body, the condition is going to be checked. Okay, then while before the loop body, even in the while before the loop body, this is the loop body. Before that, before entering into the loop body, condition is going to be checked. But do while after the loop body. Okay, so here first you will write the statements, execute once, and then the condition is going to be checked. Okay, second, minimum execution is 0. Why? Because if the condition is false, okay, then it will not execute. Initially, only if the condition is false, it will not execute. Correct? Like in the case I have shown you, if you close, if you just, put a semicolon, and if you terminate this while loop, you are not getting any output, 0 times. Okay. So possible in the first 2 type of the loops, but in the do while, 1 time you will have the output of the that particular do body, right? Initialization in loop header, before the loop, before the loop. Update expression in loop header. Okay, so update means here you are updating, right? So this is the initialization. You can do it in the header or you can do outside. This update, okay, of the value of I is also done in the loop header. Similarly, in the while loop, inside the loop body you are doing. So you can see here, update is done inside the loop body. Okay. And inside the loop body, even for do while. So this updating the value for which the condition is going to be checked, that has to be written inside the loop body. Okay. So one by one step, if you will understand, you know how to write this. Suitable for known number of iterations, unknown number of iteration must execute at least once. So where you need to give a menu, okay, based on which you need some execution to be done. So use the do while. So syntax is given for initialization, then you have to write the condition, and then you will be using increment, decrement, or any update. While you have to specify the condition, do you write some statements which should be executed at least one, and then while condition. Okay, so all these three loops, okay, we have understood initially how to write them, okay, and we have executed. So let me execute this once again. So already I had, okay, open this command prompt, and let us execute this. So that is loops.c, okay, and a.exe is the output of the file. Okay, so you see here, I have got for loop output, okay, because here I am incrementing by 2. So if the value of I is 5, we need to break. Okay, so you can see 1, 3, and 5 is the output. Okay, then while loop, I'm going to have all the values printed from 1 to 10. Okay, so we are getting 1 to 10. Okay, it is not going to end loop, but this printf is written, so I'm getting this output. Do while loop, again the same thing. Okay, we are printing this from 1 to 10. Okay, so this was the output of the simple loops. Okay, I hope till here everything is clear now. Is this understood? If any query, please ask now, because we will be now doing the examples based on this. Okay, so let us go for some particular case study. Okay, so first case study, see here all the different type of the loops are taken. Okay, so first is multiplication table generator. Okay, so here I'm going to make use of the for loop. Use case, simple arithmetic iteration with a known limit. Okay, now what is the problem statement? Write a C program to generate and display the multiplication table of a given number up to 10. Okay, now what you want to do? You want to create a table and you need to display the multiplication of that. Okay, till 10. Fine. So we will perform this by having an initial number whose table I need to generate, and then we will also take the input from the user, because now we already did with what is scanners, right? So what we will do, let us go to the second file, and here I will start writing the program. Okay, so as of now we are only going to make use of the standard IO library only. Okay, see, as many number of times you go on writing the program, okay, then you will know, right? Then practice. Okay, so later on you will know how to write the programs. Okay, so this is C programs day 5. So let us give the name as multiplication. Once I'll give the file, you will know that which programs belong to what. Okay, now let us say I'm going to take a table as 7. Okay, first I will simply create the table for 7. Okay, for int I is equal to 1. Okay, now I'm writing this initialization, okay, within this header of what? For loop. Okay, then I is less than equal to 10. Remember, I want a table from 1 to 10. Okay, 7, 1, 7, 2, 14, 7, 3, 21, like that till 10. So your test condition will be I is less than equal to 10. Okay, equal to 10. Okay, then I will be using the I plus plus. Okay, I plus plus, because we need to increment. Fine. Now, what we need to do? Okay, I'm going to write printf percentage d into percentage d equal to percentage d slash n. Okay, now this is the table format, right? Now what is percentage d? Percentage d is a value of 7. Okay, that is nothing but num. Second, it should be I value. Okay, initially I value is 1. Now this is very important. You need to start from which number? You need to start from 1. You are not going to start from 0. 7 ones are 7. You are not going to start with 0. So here you will be writing the initial value as 1 and not 0. Okay, so this num value is 7. This I is 1. So 7 into 1 is equal to 7. So in this D, I should get the multiplication. So the third parameter should be num into I. Num into I. Okay, so I is initially 1. So I will be getting 7 into 1 equal to 7. Now once this particular body is executed, then it will go to the increment I plus plus. So now value of I is 2. Is 2 less than 10? Yes. So now I value is 2. That means here it will be 7 into 2 equal to 40. Okay, then it is going to increment 3. 3 is less than 10? Yes. Come inside the body of the for loop. So this will be now 3. So 7 into 3, I will get the output. So this will continue till the value of I is 10. And once it is 11, it will stop. So you will get the table of 7. Okay, so before this, if you want to print something, a message to the user, you can print. So let us say I'm simply printing here multiplication table of, okay, percentage D. Okay, and what is D? So this will be num. Okay, this will be num. No, Harshita, we are not using math library. Okay, we are understanding the loops here. Fine. No need for math. As of now, we are not taking that. So let us now go ahead and compile this. Okay, so the table is multiplication.c. Okay, so there is no error now. Write A. Okay. So here, let me just write it. So where I have saved this, let me just say it again. D, so day 5. Okay, this is multiplication. Let me save it once again. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let us, I should see day 5 it is, right? So multiplication. Now see here. Because initially it has not given the error. Okay, so I saved it once again. Now see, here there is some error, like for loop initial declarations are allowed in this only. Okay, so that already we have understood in the last session. So what we can do, okay, I can write this statement outside. Okay, either you can compile that with that particular option, right? That also you can do. Fine. Now I will write this in quotes. Okay, that was not written. So you can see if the file is not saved properly also, you will see the error. Okay. So now I'm getting the table of 7. See here, everyone. So this is generated using the for loop. So we are getting 7 into 1, 7 into 2 till 10. Okay, because this condition will be false afterwards, right? Now, let us take the value from the user. Now, this is quite simple because we simply need to make use of what? Scanf, right? So instead of writing num equal to 7, okay, I will ask the user. So let us take the value from the user. So make it dynamic. This is what is known as dynamic, means, you know, taking the value from the user, and depending on that value, you have to provide the output. So I will ask the user enter number. So let us take the number between 1 and 10. You can go on validating this later on. Okay. Then I will be taking the input scanf %d. Okay, address of num. Okay, so enter number between 1 and 10 to generate the table. Okay, multiplication table. You can give a proper message to the user always. Okay, now let us compile. Okay, so I'm getting enter number between 1 and 10 to generate the multiplication table. Okay, so let us say that I'm giving the table as 8. Okay, so I'm getting the multiplication value of 8, right? Make it dynamic. So now let us say I'm giving here the multiplication table of 3. So I will get the table of 3. Okay, so this is a simple for loop initially we have done, right? Now let me see, somebody has written. What if we didn't keep 2 plus symbols in the 8th step? Oh, this one. This is the increment operator. Please understand, if you are not going to increment that, then how the value of I is going to change? What if you are not writing this I plus plus? Okay. Okay, you need to increment the value. So the default of this particular value. Okay, so if I'm going to write, let us say 2. This will end into the infinite loop. So this is not going to stop because this condition will always be true because this will be 1. So remember that you need to have the condition written here because you need the table of till 10. So how the value of 10 is going to get? Only if you're incrementing, na? Because we are multiplying with I. So 5 into 1, 5 into 2, 5 into 3. So this I value is going to be the value. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So yes, you know, the questions, whatever, okay, you are having, you can make the changes in the code and see the output. Okay, but that should not be done because then it will enter into the infinite loop. Okay, now this was a simple for loop. Okay, let us come to the next statement. I mean, next problem. So now let us go for the while loop. Okay, reverse a number. Okay, reverse a number. See, you can have the different logics, correct? You can have the different logic for performing the same task, right? But that will depend on what type of problem it is and how you can apply the different, logic to do that particular problem, right? So here we need to reverse a number. Loop continuous as long as the number is not 0. Okay, so here there is a condition controlled. That means, see, initially this was till 10. So there was a particular number given that it should run till 10 times. But here now, till when this loop is going to run, as long as the number is not 0. As long as the number is not 0. Okay. So write a C program to reverse the digits of a given integer using a while loop. Now there is a digit given and you need to reverse that particular digit. Okay. How you're going to reverse it? So there is a logic written here. Okay. Let us understand that logic. So I'm going to take a third program. Okay. And let me write the code. And remember, to understand any loop, okay, please make use of the printf statement anywhere in the program to see that what is the output. Okay, that is very important. So if you want to see the output, okay, write the printf statement. That is also used to debug. Printf is not only to give the output, it is also used for debugging, okay, the code. So stdio.h, okay, so let me now write the code, save this first, okay. Right, so what I will do, I will be saving this. What is the file name? That is a reverse. Okay, so I will write here reverse number dot c. Okay, so now what is the logic for that? So let us say let us take some particular number. Okay, so let us say I'm taking int num is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like this. Okay, and we will have the reverse number to be taken in some variable. So reverse equal to 0, I'm going to write. Initially, the value of reverse is going to be 0. Okay. Now, see, while num is not equal to 0, this is the condition to be checked. Okay, condition to be checked. While num is not equal to 0, now coming inside the body of the while loop. Okay, int digit is equal to, now there needs to be a variable to store the intermediate result. Okay, so first of all we are going to perform the modulus on the number. Okay, so int digit is equal to num mod 10. See, when you are going to divide this number by 10, you will be getting 1, 2, 3 and 4, and there will be a reminder. Quotient and remainder will be there. That is what is the modulus. Okay, you can do it, but I will show you the output initially by writing. Okay, that now reverse is equal to reverse into 10. Reverse initially is 0. So 0 into 10 is going to be 0. Okay, plus digit. Whatever is there in the digit, that is now in the expression reverse into 10 plus digit. That means in reverse you will be getting that value. Okay. Now I will use num divide by equal to 10. That means num equal to num divide by 10. You know, this is equivalent to writing that. This is what? Arithmetic assignment operator. So this is equivalent to writing num equal to num divide by 10. Correct. Afterwards, I will print the sorry, let us not print here outside the while loop, because while loop is used for performing that task. So I will get the output in the reverse. Okay, so now outside I will print that. So reversed number of, okay, num. So percentage d is equal to percentage d. Okay, I am just going to give the number as well. So num and then reverse. Okay, this is the logic. Fine, 3 statements are written. So first, let me just execute. There should be no compilation error in this. Okay, so let us write now. This is reverse number dot c. Okay, while num is not equal to 0, this condition is num. Okay, not equal to 0 is written correctly. So let me just okay, because there was a space. Okay, so it was giving an error. Be careful. Okay, so what I'm getting a reverse number, okay, is 54321, because now this value has become 0. So let me just not write this. Okay, so let me just write this, right? Because number is 0, na, so you will not get the proper output. Okay, look here. So reverse number 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Initially number was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you are getting the reverse of the number 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now, what is the logic? Okay. So if you want to understand what is happening in each and every particular statement which is written inside the while loop, use printf statement. Use it anywhere to understand the logic. So here I will be printing the value of digit first. Okay. So digit is equal to %d slash n, and then I'm going to write digit. Okay, understand this. Then I will be also writing here for reverse. Okay, what is there in the reverse? And then you understand how it is written. So reverse, and here also I'm going to write reverse. Okay, and then here you write what is the value of num. So that in each and every statement, you will understand what is happening. Okay, and after this, I will simply have one slash n, so that one loop, then second loop output, then third loop output, you will understand. Okay, so slash n, right? Now you see. So let us compile this. Okay, look here. Fine. Okay, understand the logic. So when you are using this, while num is not equal to 0, now the value of num, okay, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means this condition is false. Okay, sorry, true. Then int digit is equal to num modulus 10. So what is in the digit? In the digit you are getting 5 because remainder is 5. Remainder is 5. Then reverse is also going to be 5 because reverse ka value is 0. Okay, so 0 into 10 is 0 plus digit is 5. So the reverse is 5. And what is the num? Okay, num is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, num divide by equal to 10. So when you divide this, you want a question. What is the question? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you are getting this 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the first loop is completed. Okay, then second loop. Now in the second loop, again the value of num is 1, 2, 3, 4. It is not 0. Okay, so everything is going to be done on 1, 2, 3, 4. So again here digit is 4, then reverse is 5, 4, then num is 1, 2, 3. Okay, this way, if you will write the printf statement after every statement, you will understand the output, what is happening in each and every loop. So if you see the last one, okay, digit is 1, reverse number you are getting, and num is 0. So when the num value is 0, okay, so it will come out of the loop because this condition is not true now. This should run till num value is not equal to 0. So this is the loop which is controlled by a condition. Now what is that? Num is not equal to 0. Okay, so this is another type of the loop. I hope this is clear, everyone. Stuti, where you are asking to write the int num before the bracket? Which bracket? Are you talking about the main? Are you talking about the main? Before the bracket, which line number? Before program, you're talking about the for loop. Main, okay, before the main. Okay. So you are telling that can you write in num is equal to this before the main? Is this your query? Okay, okay. So you should write, okay, before the main. You are writing before the bracket means it is not understood, right? So you mean to say that can we create a global variable? So writing anything outside the main is a global variable, okay? Fine. So you are getting the number. So this is a global variable. I see what is a global variable, which can be accessed from any particular function. Okay, still we have to understand what is the function, because we are writing all the code in the main. Okay, we are going to understand what is a global variable. Okay, in the next session. So as of now, I'm going to write everything within this main function itself. Okay, within the main function itself, but you can write. Okay, so this was the second example. Let us go for the next. Do while loop. Okay, let us come to the do while loop. Let us create a user menu system. Okay, interactive user menus. So do while loop is used for that. See, you have to understand when you're going to use what type of the loop. Okay, create a simple menu that repeats until the user chooses to exit. Now, this is based on the user. Okay, if user wants to exit from the loop, then only the loop will exit. Otherwise, the loop should continue. So this is not counter controlled. Okay, so let us write this code. Now I'll come to the fourth program. See, once you will do the assignments, okay, it will be clear to you. Because this we will be using further again. Okay, so let us create a user menu. Okay, this is a do while loop. Okay, now understand. We need to, go on repeating this until the user chooses to exit. Means we need to accept the choice of the user. Okay, so first of all, we will create a choice variable. Okay, we have already done what is switch case, right? So we are using switch case also. We are doing do while also. Do whenever a menu needs to be created, you have to use the do while. Interactive user interface you have to create. Interactive means what? Where you are always going to take the user input. That is what is interactive, right? So we will have the printf. Okay, let me simply have some particular formatting given here. So this will be menu. It is up to you. Okay, you can write something else. So printf, first we will be performing add, okay, /n. Second, we are going to have the subtract. This is what we did, okay, earlier also, but now we are going to write this in a loop. We are writing this in a loop. And exit. You can complete this for multiplication, division also, okay. Once this code will be shared, you can, complete this for the other operations as well. I'm doing only for 2. We are asking the user to enter the choice. Okay, enter your choice. Whatever the user choice is to perform the operation. That choice of the user is going to be taken into the choice variable, which we created earlier. So address of choice. Okay. And this is integer, right? Why? Because either user is going to type 1, 2 for subtract or 3 for exit. Okay. So now that we have got the choice of the user either will be performing operation for add or subtract, or user want to exit, okay, from this particular app, right? So now what we are going to do, there are 3 conditions. Now when different values are there for a variable, what you are using the switch case. That is what we did earlier. Okay, so what values are there? 3 values are there for a variable choice. So use switch case. Now the first condition, first case statement, okay, is 1. 1 is for addition. Okay, so printf, see, we are not taking the number from the user. You have to take the numbers from the user, you have to add it, and then you have to show the value. I'm simply writing addition selected. I'm not performing any calculation here. Okay, that is, you will be doing it in your assignments. And then, yes, we need to write break. Okay, because otherwise it will come back to the second case. Now this is what? Second is subtract selected. Okay, so I can simply write here subtraction selected. Okay. You need to write a break statement here. Okay, then case 3. Case 3 is exiting break. Okay. So you will write here exiting. Okay, and then you can write here break. And then we know that in switch case you can have the default if the case statement, case value is not matching, okay, with any of this which is written. So in the default, you can have the printf invalid choice. Okay, and you can ask the user try again. Okay, now that we have done all this, okay, understand. We have written this particular, the body of the do. Okay. Now, whatever you are writing in the do means this is going to happen one time, at least one time. Okay. User menu is always written in do. Now, what? Your condition. Because in do while, the condition is checked after. Okay. While exiting. So here you will write while. Now, till when this loop is going to run? Till the choice is not equal to 3, because 3 is exiting the loop, okay, coming out. So here you will write till the choice is not equal to 3. That's it. Okay, so this is your menu based application. Okay, so let us save this. So this is user menu. Okay, right? So whatever you are writing in the printf statement, that will be given as the output. You know that. Okay, so I'm getting add, subtract, and exit. Okay, so enter your choice. Now one by one, we will go on entering the choice. Okay, so this is the first statement I am getting, enter your choice. Okay, I will enter the choice as 1. So if my choice is 1, so I'm getting addition selected. This is what I'm getting, addition selected output. So here you can write addition value and you can give the output. So here you need to take 2 numbers from the user. So you can have 2 variables declared there. Okay. Now enter your choice again. Why I'm getting enter your choice? Because this is repeated in do loop. Okay. Condition has to be 3. So I will type 2. Okay. So when I'm going to type 2, I'm getting subtraction selected. Okay. Now subtraction selected. Now let us go for typing 4. Now 4 is not there. Okay, so I'm getting invalid choice. Try again. Now what if I'm going to type 3? Okay, so I'm getting exiting and it is coming out of the loop. Okay, so you're getting the prompt back. You're getting the prompt back. Okay, so this is how you should be creating a menu-based application. Yes, you can call a functions from here. That functions are performing different tasks. Okay, so later on when we will go for the function, right, instead of writing a printf statement here, you can call the add function, which is performing the addition. Here you can call the subtract function, which is doing the subtraction task and giving the result. Okay, so that will be better to make the program modular instead of writing everything here. Okay, so as of now, I'm not writing that. Okay. Fine, Stuti, you understood that? Case 3 is returned because we want to print exiting. Okay, Akshara. See, if it is, if you are not writing case 3, as you are saying, okay, not equal to case 3. That is what I said. Okay, good. You have got queries on this. Okay, so if I will type 1, I'm getting addition selected. 2, okay, then I'm writing 3. I'm getting invalid choice, try again, because it is not coming under the third. So how I will be getting the output? I'm getting the invalid choice output. Okay, so I need the the statement exiting to be printed, right? That is why we are writing the case statement. So you should have some proper message given to the user. Okay, fine. I hope this is clear now. Okay. Priya, if you want to have some calculation, so as I said, you take the value from the user. Okay, so enter your choice. Then I have to create 2 numbers. Okay, if you are asking, let me just write here n1 and n2. Okay, so I can ask the user enter 2 integer number, because we are working on integer. Okay, we are working on integer, so enter 2 integer numbers, correct? And I will take the value of the integer numbers. Okay, so we can take that in percentage d, and address of n1, comma, address of n2. Okay, and you want to perform that, you can do that. Okay, so here you can have, let us say, printf, okay, sum is equal to percentage d, and here you can write n1 plus n. Okay, so this way you have to do it. You have to take the input from the user, and that is why, okay, you need to know what should be written, how many variables should be created, okay, where, when you should be taking the input from the user. So let us go for 1. Okay, now see here. I have entered my choice that I want to do addition. Okay, so for which 2 integers, okay, I want to do the addition. So now the prompt is enter 2 integer numbers. Okay, so I will be typing, let us say 2 and 4. Okay, so I'm getting addition selected and I'm getting sum is equal to 6. Yes, you can create a function which is taking these all inputs by creating the global variables, and then you can call the functions, okay, which is performing addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, make it more modular. Okay, so that we will be doing once we will be going through the functions part. So as of now, I'm writing everything in the main because we are still understanding writing everything in the main. Okay, fine. Now let us come to the next question. So now let us go for nested loops case study. Nested loop is what? Okay, one loop inside the another loop. Now this is very important, okay, to understand what is the nesting of the loops, because this will be used in the 2-dimensional arrays as well. Okay, pattern printing. This is quite okay, the question which is asked, okay, frequently. You need to draw some patterns, okay, whether it is of numbers or whether it is some particular sign, you need to draw a triangle. So this is used in pattern generation, matrix operation when you will be learning the arrays. So write a C program to display a right angled triangle pattern using stars. Right angled triangle pattern using stars. For this, you have to use a nested loop. Okay, let us understand this. So all the different type of the loops we are going to learn. Okay, what are the queries? Let me just check again. Mehraj, how it is calculated? Mehraj, this is what I have written, right? I have taken the 2 numbers from the user, percentage D, then address of N1, address of N2. Okay, these two numbers are taken, and if the case is 1, that means addition. So here I am writing n1 plus n2. That is given as output. Okay, that is given as output. Please understand the code. Okay. Similarly, you can do subtraction here. Whatever is the choice, you want to do the subtraction, so just do the subtraction here, and you can do for the other also. Okay, so here you want minus. Okay, so here subtraction result I can write. Do the calculation here itself. This is the addition result. Okay, see here. So if you want, I will perform this once again. Okay, so let me. Okay, now look here, everyone. So first of all, I'm getting enter your choice. I'm going to type 1 as my choice because I want to do the addition. Okay. Now enter two integer numbers. Okay. Why? Because I want to add. So I will be giving the numbers, let us say 10 and 20. So what I'm getting? I'm getting addition selected, and I'm getting addition result is equal to 30. The output of line number 18 and 19. Okay. Then again, enter your choice. So I will type 2. Now what I want to do, I want to subtract. So if I'm giving 10 and 20, then I should get the subtraction result. That is nothing but I'm getting here equal to minus 10. Okay, minus 10. So that is how you have to write the statements here. And then I will be writing 3. Okay. This should be exiting. Okay. Oh, exiting. Okay. That is why you should ask the numbers in the case also. Okay. Otherwise, if you are typing 3, again it is asking why, because scanf is written here. Okay. So if you want, you can give this particular integer numbers. Okay. Within the case statement. Okay. Then also it is okay. Fine. Like if I'm writing it here. Okay. That is why functions are important. Okay. That is why functions are important. Addition selected. Okay. See here. So I'm getting addition result 3. I'm now getting exiting. Okay. But instead of writing this again and again, what is better? You have to use the functions. So as of now, I'm writing it outside. Okay. You can make the changes. Okay. Now let us go to the next. Okay, what we need to do? We need to work on the right angle triangle. Okay, now understand this. This is going to be a little bit okay, different from the other loop because this is a nested loop. Okay, so we will create a right angle triangle. So I'm going to save this as triangle dot c. Okay. Okay, now everyone, let us have a triangle of 5 rows. Okay. So you should get the triangle like this. Okay, understand? I'm just, drawing it here. Okay. So how many rows are there? 5 rows are there, correct? Let me just write this in comment. Otherwise, this will be an error, right? So I'm initially writing rows is equal to 5. Understand? You will have, okay, the questions based on creating the triangle, different type of the triangles. Okay, you may have to write here the numbers, which are the natural numbers, maybe, okay, which are even numbers or which are odd numbers, right? So different type of the numbers, right? So now, first of all, how many rows are there? Okay, so I will simply draw like this because then it is understood. Okay, so how many rows are there? 5 rows I want. Okay, so int rows is equal to 5. Okay, so this is for rows. Now understand this. For int I equal to 1, I is less than equal to rows. Okay, I plus plus. Okay. Now this loop which is written, okay, for loop. This is outer loop for rows. Okay, outer loop for rows. 5 rows are there. Now I'm not writing the inner for loop. I will simply print something. Okay, so let us say I want to print. Now what I want to print? I want to print the star. Okay, I want to print the star. And here I will be using printf slash n. Okay, because after for loop, just one slash n. Okay, please understand this. So what I want the star, but I have written only one loop here. This is quite simple. Instead of printing value of I, now I'm printing the star. That's it. Okay. So let's run this. So let us run triangle dots. Okay. Okay. I will compile this using the hyphen std is equal to C99. That is the standard. Okay, now let us use A. What I am getting? Okay, I am getting 5 star. Okay, okay, I'm getting 5 star. But this is not the output we want. Okay, we want the output like this, right? So now we will be using a nested for loop. Now inner for loop is always used for columns. Okay. Now you use any variable int j equal to 1. Okay, j is less than equal to I, whatever is the I ka value, and j plus plus. Okay, and in between this, you are going to have the printf statement. Okay, and this printf, you will write after the inner for loop. So this is inner for loop, okay, for columns. This is for columns, inner loop for columns. Okay, see here. Now, this is the outer for loop. Understand? What is the value of I? It is 1. 1 is less than 5. True. Okay, till here the condition is true. It will come inside. Now, initialize j with 1. J is less than equal to I. True. Because j value is what? It is 1. And I value is also 1. So, it is equal to 1. Then you print the star. So, this star is going to be printed. Okay, this star is going to be printed. Now, j value is 2. Now, is 2 less than equal to I? False. So, if it is false, it will now come to the outer for loop. So, now value of I is 2. That means the second row. Okay, so 2 is less than 5. True. It will come inside the for loop, nested for loop. Now, j value is what? J value is 1. 1 is less than I value is 2 now. J is less than 2? Yes, because J is 1. So this star is going to be printed. Which star? Line number 21. First star is going to be printed. Now J plus plus. J ka value is 2. 2 is less than equal to I. Yes, because I is 2 only. Now second star is going to be printed. Okay, second row, second star is going to be printed. Now J ka value is 3. 3 is less than equal to 2. False. So now it will stop and it will come to the outer loop. So outer loop means the number of rows and inner means the number of columns. Okay. So now let us run this. And why we need this printf in the nested for loop? Why? Because after printing this, we want a new line. So in the new line, again another 2 star. Then again new line, another 3 star. Okay. So that is why the slash n has to be written inside the outer loop. And now if you will see the output. Okay, so we should see the star like this. See, this is very important concept. Okay, so what I will do, I will just explain this. I'll write in the comment how this is working. Okay. Yeah, I will explain the nested loop again. So let me write it down here. Okay. So I will write the execution flow first of all. Okay, let me write the execution flow. Okay, so that you are understanding here how it is working. Okay. So first is, I'm just writing outer loop. I'll comment out this. Outer loop is I. Okay, inner loop. So when I'm giving you this particular file, okay, you should understand how it is printing. So stars printed. Okay. So I will comment out this later on. Only for understanding, I'm writing I value is 1 initially. Okay, I value is 1 initially, right? Inner loop J value is 1. So star printed will be 1. Okay, so I value is 1. 1 is less than 5, true. Come inside the for loop. J is 1. 1 is less than equal to 1, true. So 1 star is printed. Now when J ka value is becoming 2, this condition is false. When the inner for loop condition is false, it will go to the outer for loop. So here I value is going to be 2. Is 2 less than 5? Yes. Come inside. Okay, now J is less than 2. Yes. So star is going to be printed. Okay, again increment the J. So inner for loop is going to run till the J condition is true. Now J is 2. 2 is less than equal to I. Yes. So again star is going to be printed. So 2 stars are going to be printed. Now J ka value is 3. Is 3 less than equal to 2? Because I value is 2. False. It will come out. Okay. So outer inner for loop is going to run till the condition of J is true. Once it is false, it will come to the outer for loop. And outer for loop is going to run till this condition of I is going to be true. Once the I value is 6, it will stop because we need 5 rows of star. So when I ka value is 1, J value is 1, 1 star is printed. Okay. When I value is 2, J value will be 1 and 2. Okay, 2 star is going to be printed. When I value is 3, J value will be 1, 2 and 3 because J starts from 1 always. Inner for loop. When I value is going to be 4, J value is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, because J always starts from 1 till the value of I, that is the outer for loop. So that many stars will be printed. Okay, and when I is 5, that means the number of rows is 5. J value will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 stars are going to be printed. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so this is the execution loop. Please understand. Okay. Yes, you can make the changes, right? So this is how you should be getting the output line by line. So if I'm just writing this, you should understand how this is printed. So remember, outer for loop is always for rows and inner for loop is for column. So you have to consider these every line as a row and this as a column. Okay. So you can change the condition later on and see, okay, what type of output you're going to get. Yes, different stars, different type of the triangles you have to create. Priya, your question is on the switch case, right? What color you want to write? Means you want to print the color. See, in the case you can type integer or you can type the character. What exactly you need? What you need? You need to print color. What color? Can you just give the output, Priya? Like if you type 1, you want this. If you type 2, you want this. Okay. Because still we need to work on strings, right? So just write your query, what output you want. Okay. Just write it down. Till then, we will go to the next question. Now coming to infinite loop. Okay. Countdown timer simulation. Now let us have a countdown timer simulation. Means it is not an actually the timer, but we are, yes, now I will be using one library, okay, which is going to make use of one function. Like we are using printf, scanf, okay, one more function which is going to simulate a timer, because you will be making use of one function which is going to pause the execution for 1 second. Okay. So this is used in the simulations, real time monitoring system. Simulate a countdown that runs indefinitely until stopped manually. Means once you press Control C, okay, then that counter should stop. That counter should stop. Use an infinite loop and the break condition. Okay, now this is just a simulation. We need to create a program where we will be creating a loop which is running infinitely. Okay. And then when we press Control C, then it should come out. Okay. So let us create that. So I'm going to go for a new file. Here I'm going to use one more file, okay, which is unistandard.h file. Okay, this I will be using for sleep function. Okay, I'll tell you what is the sleep. You will see in the output. So I will initially write here return 0. Okay, so this will be the countdown, or I can simply say timer. That would be better. Okay, now look here. Very simple code here. I'm using a for loop here. Okay. So I'm using int count equal to 0. Sorry, 10. Okay, let us say 10. Now, infinite loop. Simply write 2 semicolon. Okay. In the while loop, I told you if you simply write 1, okay, that will enter into the infinite loop. And if you are writing in the for loop these two semicolons where you have not given any initial condition, there is no test condition, there is no increment decrement. Okay, simply writing two semicolons in the header of the for, this is going to be in the infinite loop. Okay, now what needs to be written inside this? So let us print f a statement. Okay, so I'm simply writing this is a countdown. Okay, percentage d slash n. I'm writing count minus minus. Okay, now here we are using minus minus, which we already did earlier. This is decrementing the count value by 1. Okay, so just write comma here. Otherwise, it will give an error. Okay, and this for loop is infinite loop. I will write it down. Okay, and now I'm using the function sleep. Okay, for 1 millisecond. Sorry, for 1 second. Okay, so pause for 1 second. Now, when you want to pause the execution for second, okay, or millisecond, there is a function sleep. Okay, now this sleep is taking 1 as a second, okay, time as a second, and this is available in this particular header file. That is why we need to use this. Okay, and remember we are decrementing the counter. Okay, I'm keeping this 10 only. If count, now see the condition. Okay, if count is less than, so if count is less than 0, okay, now look here, if count is less than 0, printf restarting the counter, restarting the countdown. Okay, restarting the countdown, and you initialize the counter again to 10. Okay, and you have to write continue. This is restarting the countdown. Okay. Let us compile this. So this file I have given the name as timer. Okay, look here. It is waiting for 1 second to print the next output. 1 second. If you want to increase the time, you can increase the time. And once the value of count is 0, it is restarting the countdown. This will go on. This will go on. See here. Till you press Control C. See, Control C is always to come out of the running program. If you want, you can make this sleep time as 2. Okay. So it will wait for 2 seconds. Just see the output. You can increase the timer. So Control C. Okay. So this is how you are using the infinite loop. Okay. One simple example I've shown you, but yes, you can make use of this sleep function to, okay, just pause the execution for a second. Okay. Okay, now coming back, Priya, signals color red, green, and yellow. You can have numbers like 1, 2, 3, and then you can have the color printed. Okay, so in bold you can print like the selected color is red. Okay, and you can write stop over there, or selected color is yellow, that is preparing to stop, like that. Okay, so you can take the choice 1, 2, 3, and then you can print that. Okay, that can be done. Okay, so this was a simple example on timer. Let us go to next program. Okay, so we have got now counter controlled loop. Okay, counter controlled loop. Sum of first n natural numbers. Okay, natural numbers. Now what we are going to do? We are doing some calculation inside the for loop. This is going to be very simple. Numeric calculation with known boundaries. So what is the problem statement? Calculate the sum of the first n natural numbers using a counter controlled loop. Okay, so let us now go with the another new program, right? So hash include stdio.h in main. Yeah, in this program I will write, okay, in the comment, please see, okay, press Control plus C, okay, to stop the execution. Otherwise, it will go on running. Okay, so you have to press Control plus C to stop the execution to come out of that. Okay, so let me write here return 0, and let us save this. Okay, so this is some natural numbers. Okay, this is going to be very simple. So I'm going to write in n is equal to 10. This is a control loop. In sum is equal to 0 initially. Okay. For in I equal to 1, I is less than equal to n, I plus plus. Now you simply want to do the sum, right? So sum plus equal to I. That's it. And after the for loop, because here sum equal to sum plus I. So what is sum? 0 equal to sum plus I. What is I ka value? 1. Then I value is 2. So 2 plus 1. Okay, then it will go on adding like that. So if you want, you can simply write the printf statement. In the very first program I told you, write printf whenever you want to understand how it is working. So if you want to know what is the sum value, just go and type the value of sum in the print statement. Okay, and here I'm going to write /n. Okay, and finally you should get the total. So printf sum of first percentage D natural numbers. Yes, now you can modify this to take the value from the user. That also can be done. Okay, so this is percentage D /n. Okay, so if you want, you can take the value of n from the user, and you can calculate the sum of the first natural number till what the user is giving. The one we did with the multiplication table example, correct? So let us do this. So I'm just writing the printf in every execution of the for loop. Okay, so this will be sum or natural numbers. Okay, look here. So initially the sum value is going to be 1 because 0 plus 1, I value is 1. Okay, if you want, see, you can print the value of I also. I equal to percentage D, sum is equal to percentage D. Okay, so here you can print the value of I and you can print the value of sum. As I said, you can print anything inside the loop to understand the working. Look here. So from 1 to 10, the sum of all natural numbers is 55. Okay, so in the first loop, I is equal to 1, sum is 1, I is 2, then sum is 3 because 2 plus 1. Okay, then when I is 3, sum is 6, 3 plus 3, then 6 plus 4, 10, like that. Okay, this is quite simple. Then we have got condition control loop, password authentication. Yes. Now, here I'm going to make use of one function of another header file. Actually, we are going to do that later. But for this example, I'll take that is string.h file. Okay. So when this condition control loops are used, in the case where you need to do the user validations, login systems, okay? Problem statement, ask the user for a password until the correct one is entered. Now you have come across this in different websites. Okay, so if you try to log in and if your attempts are failed, maybe in some sites you will have some 3, in some sites you may have 5, okay, attempts given. So maximum 3 attempts allowed. Okay, you can have 5 attempts also. Only the condition needs to be changed here. So let us do this password authentication example. Okay, so let us go to this new file. So for comparing the password, I'm going to make use of the string.h. Okay, so hash include string.h. This will be int main. Okay, then return 0. Let us save this. So I will save this as password authentication. Give proper names to the files. Okay, now understand here what all things we need. Okay, we have already done with the character type. Okay, we have accepted the name from the user. So we have to create an array. Okay, so char password. Let us say maximum 20 characters will be there for the password. Understand? This arrays we are going to learn next. Okay, more in detail. But as of now, when we are accepting this, okay, we are simply using the array. Okay, let me just go to attendance is not given. Amar, you can please share. Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
sure, ma'am. I will teach.
int attempts. Okay, int attempts. So initially the attempts will be 0. Okay, attempts are going to be 0. Now, understand the code. While attempts less than 3, because we need to give only 3 attempts to the user. Okay. So the condition is what? Attempts is less than 3. Okay. Printf enter password. Okay. So see, you have to take login, username, password. That we are not doing. We are just accepting the password here. Simulating a login. You can take the username as well. Scanf, okay, password. So percentage S, we know the format for taking the input of a string. Okay, now password needs to be compared. If you talk about the web applications where the login details are taken and the password needs to be compared, then password is compared with the password which is stored in the database, correct? But here we are just going to hard code the password. We are not connecting to any database and checking whether this user has got this password and whether the password matches or not. Okay, that is a completely different logic. Here we will hard code the password that this is the password which needs to be correct. Okay. So if str compare, now string compare, this function is available in the string.h header file, which is going to compare two strings, whether these two strings are same or not. Okay, and where it is used, password. So string compare, okay, password. Now I want that the password should be P capital password 123. Let us say this is the password, okay? Equal to 0. So the string compare function is going to take the two string, and if the output is going to be 0, so if this function is having the value 0, that means the password is correct. Okay. And if the password is correct, I will print access granted. Okay, or you can print something else. Access granted to the system. Okay, break. We need to break the condition here. Okay. Else, oh, multiple lines are there, so please write in the brackets, otherwise you will get an error. Else, okay, you will print incorrect password. Okay, incorrect password. And you need to increase the attempts. So attempts plus plus. Okay, increase the attempt, because see, this update of the while loop has to be done within the while body, correct? Now what? You check how many times the attempt has been done. So if attempts is equal to 3, okay? Printf, if 3 attempts are done, access denied. Okay, too many attempts. Too many attempts. Okay, so I will explain this code once again. I'm including this header file for str compare function. Okay, this is for password. So because password contains characters, so we are maximum having the password which will go for 20 characters or less than that. Initially, the number of attempts is going to be 0. Okay. While attempts is less than 3. Okay, enter password. Now, how many times we have to ask the user to enter the password? That has to be everything written inside the while loop. Password is going to be asked for 3 times. So enter password should be written inside the while loop, not outside the while loop. Okay. Take the password in the password variable. If str compare, so if the password entered by the user is password 123, then access granted. And how the str compare or string compare function is going to check that? If it is going to return 0. Okay, break. Else, incorrect password, increase the attempt. So one incorrect password user is given. Now you increase the attempt. Now attempt is going to be increased by 1. Okay, so this will go on till the attempt is 3 because it starts from 0. So 0, 1 and 2. That is why the condition is less than 3 and not less than equal to 3. If this is equal to 3, then it is going to be 4 because it is starting from 0. So this condition needs to be correctly written. Okay. Then if attempts equal to 3, if the total number of attempts are becoming 3, access denied. Okay. Now let us run this. So here I will have the file name as password auth. Okay. Now look here. I'm giving the password as PASSWORD123. This is the correct password. Okay. In the first attempt. Fine. Let us go for, I'm giving password as password. I'm getting incorrect password. I'm giving password as password 123, incorrect password because P is capital. So internally the ASCII code is used. Okay, every particular character has got the ASCII number. Okay, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. So capital letters, your small letters, or every particular key will on the keyboard is having the ASCII code. Okay, so now this P has to be capital. Even if you're typing small, you will get incorrect password. Now I will give another incorrect password. What I'm getting? Incorrect password, access denied, too many attempts. Okay, let us go ahead with second correct. So PASSWRD123, access granted. Okay, 3 attempts. You should check with every possible condition. You should test the program written. Okay, this is wrong. This has to be wrong. Let us try for the third one, which is correct. Access granted. Right. If you want to increase the number of attempts, simply change the condition here to 5. Right. It is up to you how many attempts you want to provide. Is this clear to everyone? Asrita, notes are already uploaded from day 1 to day 5 on LMS. Okay. 5 means this particular loops, this I will be uploading. I will be sharing after the session, okay, which you will get. Okay. So this was the password authentication example. Now coming to the last, okay, loop control statement, skipping odd numbers. Okay, use case is selective iteration. Example, filtering data. Okay, example, filtering data. Now, what is the problem statement? Print even numbers between 1 and 20 using a loop and continue statement. What you need to do here, you need to print the even numbers between 1 and 20. Okay. So again, this is going to be a very simple loop. Let us write. So I'm going to take a new file. Okay, so what we need? Even numbers, right? So I will give that name. Okay, now you can simply use a for loop. Sorry, we should start with 1, right? Now, within the for loop, you should have the if, because we need to test the condition inside the for loop. So within the for loop, we are using the if statement. Okay. So if I mod 2, mod, giving the remainder. So if I mod 2 is not equal to 0, if I mod 2 is not equal to 0, means it is a odd, right? Continue, printf, percentage %d. Okay, and we need only till 20, right? See here. So we are getting 2, 4, 6, 8. What is happening? If I mod 2 is not equal to 0, continue. Okay, continue. So when this particular condition is false, it will print that. Okay, rest it will go on continuing, and you are getting the even number here. Okay, this is skipping. So this is also used for filtering. This is known as filtering. Okay, because we are filtering that particular numbers. Which numbers we want? Even numbers. We don't want odd numbers. Okay. So what we did today, we completed with all the loops. Okay, so this is your basic loop. Okay. So what I will do, I will simply write here in comment. Okay, so that once I'm sharing this, you will know what this exactly the problem we have done. Okay, so this was the multiplication table generator. Okay, using the for loop. Okay. Then this was reverse number. Okay. This was creating the menu. Okay. User menu system. Okay. This is triangle. Okay. Pattern printing right angle triangle. Okay. This is the countdown. That is a timer. Okay. So this is the countdown timer simulation, infinite loop. Okay. This is sum of natural numbers. Okay. So that you will know what these problems are created for. This is the password authentication. Okay. Yes. So here I can write in comment. And last one is your even numbers. Okay. That is skipping the odd number. So this is nothing but filtering. Okay. So if you will go to the summary table here, we have done all for loop. Okay. Counter controlled multiplication table, while loop, do while, nested loops, infinite loop, counter control and condition control. Okay. So finally, based on this, okay, there is the C assignment day 5. Okay. So I will share this particular code now so that it is uploaded and you are also getting. What is the case study? Reverse a number and check if it is palindrome. See, reversing a number we did. Okay. So write a C program that reverses a given number and checks if it is a palindrome using a while loop. What is a palindrome number? Palindrome number is a number, okay, or a string which is same from both the end. Okay, like 1 to 1. So even if you start from backward, it is 1 to 1. Okay, so both side front and back, the number is going to be same. Like 4 times 8, it is same from both the end. That is a palindrome. So first of all, you want to reverse a given number and check if it is a palindrome using a while loop. Floyd's triangle with prime number. Okay, display the Floyd's triangle where only prime numbers are printed in place of normal sequence number. You need to write the logic for printing the prime numbers instead of printing the star. Okay, what we did today, we have printed these stars. Initially, you try printing the numbers. Then you write the code to print the prime numbers. Okay, so first you simply print the numbers like this in the triangle. Once you get that, then you write the logic, okay, of writing the prime numbers, and then you can change that, okay, and print the prime numbers in the triangle. Mathematical utility program. We did the menu system for addition and subtraction. But what you need to do? You will create a menu-driven mathematical tool that performs the following. So case 1, user needs to find the factorial of a number. So user should enter a number. So in every particular case, you should take the input from the user. Okay. Factorial of a number, that is the first case. Second is check prime or not. So user is going to give a number and you have to check whether that number is a prime number or not. So user is giving 5, you have to give the output 5 is a prime number. Okay. Or it is not a prime number. Depends on what number. So you have to write that logic. Generate the Fibonacci series up to n term. Okay. So take a number from the user and you need to generate the Fibonacci series till that number. And if user is going to type the number as 4, then you have to exit from the program. Okay. So this is what is a menu-driven mathematical tool. Instead of having addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, just do this. Okay, different logic. This will help you to completely create a menu-driven application for different mathematical tool. If you want to add something more, go on adding. Okay, so that it is useful and you can also use that. Right? Okay. And Anushka, notes will be given on the LMS. Okay, every day folder is created. Within that, you will have the PDFs. Within that, you will have all the C programs. Okay. Okay. Rantima, if you come to this particular logic, okay, if I mod 2 is equal to 0, then it is even number. Okay, that means it is an even number. And if it is not equal to 0, means it is an odd number, because even number is divisible by 2, because modulus is what? Finding the remainder of a number, right? So yes, that is correct. Okay, you can change. See, if I'm writing equal to 0, what output difference you will get in this case? You are getting odd numbers. So if it is equal to 0, means it is an even number. Okay, if even number is there, I want to continue so that when I am getting an odd number, it should be printed. So if this condition is false, understand, if this particular condition is false, then it will not continue, it will print that number. And if this condition is true, it will continue. When it is false, it will print. Okay, so this logic can be used for both. Only you need to change this condition. Okay, good. Okay, so here in this case, you are getting even number, right? So anyways, you can do that. Prantima, is this now understood? Amar, can you please guide them again where the notes are, because many of them are asking where the notes are shared.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So those who are already signed into the portal, so I will explain two times about the signing in. So I will directly go through the portal and I will show you about that. So let me share my screen and log in this. So coming to the assignment, couple of you are asking me about the submission of the assignment. Assignments for practice purpose, okay? So no need to submit the assignment. Okay, see. So first of all, the LMS portal is a mylearning.xla.com. Okay. And once you come here on this page, you have to click on existing user login. We already given you the username and password to your email, so you can utilize that. If you are second time or third time user of XLR SDP programs. So you can utilize the forget your password option and you can reset your new password and sign in stores to the LMS portal. So once you sign in stores to the LMS portal, make sure that you are on a dashboard. Okay. And on dashboard, you can search for that particular program. So now I will search for the SDP on foundation of programming using C, right? So it will be there down, I think. Yes. SDP on foundational programming using C in enrolled courses. Okay. I will open this course. Okay. So just 1 minute. Yes. So I'm opening this course. Once I open this course, you can check here the agenda is available. Below the agenda, you are able to see the attendance and feedback, live sessions. Then you will get the session recording or 6 day session recording, what are the available here. And then you can check here day 1 material, day 2 material, day 3 material, day 4 material. Likewise, the material is here. If the file or the code is there, you can click here and click on download. Okay. So you are able to download. Okay. So if in a PDF material, you are able to read that, but you can check here now. Day 3, whatever the all the files are there. Okay, so all these files are available here.
Amar, can you show the download of C programs folder?
Like whatever I'm downloading, you want to see that?
C programs. In day 3, you can have C programs folder, right?
1 minute.
Okay. So here all the programs, separate programs are there.
Yes. So program wise files uploaded.
Okay. Programs wise the files are uploaded, not the folder.
Not the folder, program wise file uploaded.
Okay. So
And
you
they
can
can
see
download from
here.
here.
Yeah, see, you can see all the files here. Okay, the programs are uploaded. Okay.
Yes. So then you will find that into the your downloadable options in your folder and you can utilize from here itself. Guys, I hope it's clear.
Okay, once this is shared, Amar, you can upload this today's session files also,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
So today's material will upload that.
Yes. I hope now it is clear to everyone. Okay, so you have to go through the LMS and you will get all the materials there. Okay. Fine. We will continue tomorrow with the next session. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow, sharp at 7 o'clock. Yeah, Soumya, there is no any issue with that. 0 out of 8 items. Don't worry about the LMS progress. So the material you're able to download, right? So you have to work on to the attendance, whatever we are sharing here. So that is one main factor. Guys, any another query or question? Attendance link I already shared, guys. Any query, any question. So I will be there for 2 more minutes. If anything is there, any suggestion, any feedback, so please do let me know into the chat box. So we'll take it accordingly. Nothing? Okay, so the chat box is silence. It means there is no any query and question and suggestions as well, and you guys are enjoying the sessions. On this note, have a wonderful for the day. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining on the day 6 of this training program. And we'll see you tomorrow sharp at 7 o'clock. Till the time, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and happy learning with Excel. Have a nice time ahead. Bye bye.